How's it going, guys? Panther Films here, and today we're going to be reacting to Season 3, Episode 5 of The Mandalorian. This episode is titled The Pirates. So yeah, last episode we got a pretty big flashback sequence that involved Grogu and Ahmed Best, who of course plays Jar Jar Binks, but in the flashback he played a Jedi known as Kelleran Beck, which I think was in like some kind of like kids show back in the day. That's what I've heard anyway. But it's also interesting because I've seen some things about Ahmed Best. He was actually in episode 2, Attack of the Clones, in the bar that Obi-Wan and Anakin go to after hunting down Zam, right? The bounty hunter. We also got some Naboo guards and a Naboo starship that Grogu and Kelleran went on. So I wonder if that means they're going to Naboo in the flashbacks. I don't know. And if Kelleran Beck's still alive, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. And it was also kind of cool to have Ted Morrison come back voicing the clones, which were live action, by the way. They weren't CGI like the prequels. So that's kind of cool. And the present day of the story, we had Paz Vizsla's son, Ragnar, get taken by some dragon-looking creature. Then a search party went out to go get him and save him, which involved like Paz Vizsla, Bo Katan, and Din. And of course, in the meantime, Grogu was with the armor, and then that's when the flashback sequence happened. But yeah, basically, the plan worked. They saved Ragnar, and Paz Vizsla, in a way, owes Din, because Din saved Ragnar from falling to his death. And surprisingly, at the end of the episode, Bo Katan told the armor about the Mythosaur. Now, of course, the armor didn't believe her and said it was like a vision, so we'll have to see how that goes, and maybe eventually the armor will believe her. I don't know. This episode being titled The Pirate makes me think we're going to focus on like the Nevarro stuff. Because in episode 1 we had that pirate stuff happening, so maybe it's connected to that somehow. So yeah, that basically wraps up last episode. So let's stop dilly-dallying around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode.
Drink here.
Okay, we're going back to this.
Cool now. Let's move the trade district closer to the shipping terminals. We're going to be moving a lot of cargo in and out of here.
Pirates. Look up.
If we buy them off, that'll set a bad precedent.
You're being hailed, sir.
You get the citizens to safety, I'll handle this. Engineers, thank you. To be continued.
To be continued. Oh, Jabba.
The voice sounds like Greef Karga.
Don't mistake my hospitality for weakness.
Is that what you call gunning down my helmsman in cold blood?
Yeah.
Now I will shoot first.
The lip syncing's weird.
The Spinward Patrol passes through here regularly.
You can't bluff your way out of this one, Karga.
Are they just going to destroy like a building? Like what? Holy shit.
We have to get the people to safety.
Oh, I thought that was a baby then. I was like, what? Interesting music. Y-Wing. Nice beach. Holy shit. Is this Dave Filoni's character? We keep following this pilot.
You once offered that I might reach out to you. I am humbly requesting the New Republic to send a patrol to clear out the raiders.
Will he help?
Too bad. I really thought Nevarro was gonna make it.
And forward this to Coruscant.
Is that Zeb?
To intercede.
They haven't returned a dispatch in weeks. They're swamped.
That's Zeb. That's Steve Blum, dude. Live action Zeb?
Good luck.
He sounds different though. Coruscant, again, what the fuck? We're seeing Coruscant like every episode now. Oh, I wonder if we'll see Kane. Yep, there she is.
That's my work area. A long way from home. How may I be of service?
I'm requesting authorization and backup for a Delphi squadron in dealing with the pirate siege on Nevarro. The High Magistrate of the capital city sent me this message.
You once offered that I might reach out to you. I am humbly requesting the New
I'm sorry, officer, you spent some time in the Outer Rim, right?
Yeah, with the Empire.
They're not a member planet.
Uh-oh. It's not good.
The citizens speak of Moff Gideon occupying the town, and now a pirate king is attempting the same thing? Because I'm hearing Moff Gideon never made it to trial.
Captain.
He 100% escaped. Moff Gideon's out there.
Perhaps the leaders of Nevarro need to understand why becoming a Republic signatory is valuable.
By letting them suffer. You and your sword didn't see the light. You were captured.
True.
Apologies, we can't do more.
The New Republic is so incompetent.
And by the time it becomes big enough for you to act,
It'll be too late.
it'll be too late.
Almost like that's what's going to happen with the First Order. There's no way that's everyone. There's fucking Jawas there.
Citizens of Nevarro, help is on the way.
Wait, is this the planet Mando's on?
There you are.
Wait, is he looking for Bo Katan? Holy shit.
I have a time-pressing matter to attend to.
Mandalorians pride ourselves on our secrecy.
Fortunately, someone I served with in the rebellion is amongst your ranks.
Bo Katan. Oh, you little shit.
The entire covert will now have to relocate.
Or we could kill him.
Grief Karga sent this hollow message.
As if he'd pull a blast on you.
Nevarro is under siege by pirates. He's asking for help. The New Republic has to know that the Empire is growing again.
And you think the Pirate King has something to do with it?
I mean, he has to help Grief.
I gotta help the guy.
You can't do it alone.
Fought against him when you rescued me from his ambush many cycles ago on the streets of Nevarro.
Season 1.
I am in no position to ask for any more of you. However,
Paz will agree.
the enemy that decimated this very covert were Imperials, not Grief Karga's bounty hunters. Perhaps it is time for us to live in the light once again, on a planet where we are welcome.
Maybe. Well, you use that to speak. The speaking hammer.
Does anyone else wish to speak?
It is.
I do.
He's gonna say no. Actually, no, he might say yeah, because didn't save his son, right?
I was there on Nevarro that night.
I remember.
The question we should be asking ourselves is why?
Because we are Mandalorians.
Yeah,
I have had my disagreements with this man,
true.
but he risked his life to save my son. These two are asking us to take up arms in the name of a brighter future. And I, for one, will take up arms to fight by their side. This is the way.
This is the way. Every episode did.
You will operate as a tight military unit.
There's a lot of red shirts there.
It has aerial bombardment capabilities.
Conveniently, the
The
ship
N1 will distract
has enough
the
seats
Corsair
for all
and
them
Resistance
Mandalorians.
fighters as we drop in. But now, you can be heroes.
Should have called this episode The Heroes. Jesus. Oh, that poor droid.
Captain, there's a starfighter off our port bow. It's the Mandalorian.
Yep, and not just one Mandalorian. Does that Naboo Starfighter, does it have the, like the torpedoes?
Bold of you to return.
Mandalorian.
Fuck off.
Be careful, my friend. They got you outnumbered 10-1.
Yeah, but I've got more people.
I like those odds.
Never tell me the odds. And plus, Din's the main character, he's safe.
First team, prepare to drop.
They're gonna clear out the sea, right? Babu freaks! Now the people in the air don't know about what's going on the ground.
Snub fighters in pursuit. You're clear to start your run.
Here we go.
Comrade-class fighter transport. Pursuing the Mandalorian. Then bring them back.
You absolute clowns.
You won't get away this time.
He will.
Regroup with the Corsair.
He won't get away this time. And he got away. Oh wow, look at the stormtroopers. Hopefully none of the Mandos die. You don't have Beskar, did he? Okay. Oh! That's good. Hey, Paz Vizsla. What a badass. He's such a behemoth. Uh-oh. He's dead. There's one. Oh, there's two. She's fine. Paz is fine. So we lost 2 Mandos, I think. You forgot about Din. Yeah, like... oh, the armor. As if he wouldn't hear that. Now that was a nice stunt. Hey, there we go.
Been a pleasure serving you, Captain.
Oh, Vane's still alive. He's gonna come back later then. That's an interesting ship. Using the wheel.
Focus fire on their last engine.
Or the bridge. Unless there's a shield on the bridge. Nice shot. Captain goes down with the ship. Well, that feud was dealt with pretty quickly.
Mandalorians, I know that we have been on opposite sides in the past. All land from the western lava flats to Bullock Canyon to the fine people of Mandalore. Welcome. Welcome.
The Armorer wishes to speak with you.
Why Bo Katan? Wait, is this the place we were in season 1? At the sewers. Interesting music.
Here stood a simple one.
That did its job.
Yet they were both forges. Remove your helmet.
Wait, what? Huh?
Our people have strayed from the way. And it is not enough for a few to walk it. We must walk the way together. I was taught that the Mythosaur existed only in legends.
Oh, so she does believe the Mythosaur stuff.
We've walked both worlds. You are the one who can unite us.
Nah, I think it's a trick. Wait, she not got a helmet on? Even Paz is like, what the fuck is happening?
Bo Katan Kryze is going off to bring other Mandalorians in exile to us. Bo Katan walks both worlds. It's time to retake Mandalore.
I mean, the planet's fucked. Wait, so are we following Bo Katan for the rest of the season? I mean, there's only 3 episodes left, but still. What is this? Empire? Moff Gideon? Oh, is that the ship that was supposed to take Moff Gideon somewhere? I mean, it makes sense, like, he's played by fucking Giancarlo, he's not done. It's an arm. You can show it.
There don't appear to be any survivors.
Well, no shit, it looks like it's been out there for a while.
And Moff Gideon's body is missing. It's a fragment of Beskar alloy.
Are you saying that Moff Gideon was taken by
Mandalorians?
Mandalorians?
Huh? Why would Mandalorians take him? What if it's some Mandalorians that were with Bo Katan last season? But yeah, overall, I'd say that's probably my favourite episode of the season so far. Mainly because we have, like, a proper sense of direction now. Like, the past few episodes, we were like, maybe it could be going this way, but now we know for sure that it's going that way. You know what I mean? Like, Moff Gideon's out, pretty much confirmed in episode 3, right? I don't know if Bo Katan's actually going to be the person that brings the Mandalorians together. It could be Din, or it could be Grogu. Now, before we get into anything else relating to this episode, we've got to talk about one major thing. Zeb from fucking Rebels was in this. What? He looked good, though. Like, seeing our first, I think, Lasat, that's the species, right, that Zeb is, in live action. Pretty fucking good. It's also the first time we've seen a Rebels character in live action, right? And it's cool that they brought Steve Bloom back to play Zeb. Well, how they did it? Was it full-on CG, or did they use any, like, practical effects on it? I mean, it did look CG, to be fair, but they are big creatures, so it's probably hard to do practically. Maybe not, though. I mean, there's some, like, big creatures in Star Wars that are done practically. I don't know, though. I look at the Pirate King in this episode. He was practical. And it's cool to know that Zeb survived the original trilogy. You know, them having Zeb here could be an interesting idea for a show. Because wasn't there supposed to be a New Republic show? Have it focused on Carson and Zeb. Easy. Because I think originally the New Republic show was meant to focus on Cara Dune. But fuck that. Let's focus on Zeb and Carson. That'd be a duo I'd love to see. I wonder what Zeb's been up to. And if Callus is around somewhere. You know? I did like that Rebel base. Like when we first got there and the music that was playing reminded me of like the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order. You know, when like Cal Kestis is listening to that music. It sounded similar to that. And obviously the other big thing that happened this episode is, of course, Moff Gideon escaping, which, to be honest, was pretty obvious, honestly. Obviously we have Kane doing her thing that she did in episode 3, like wiping Dr. Pershing's memory. Why is she doing that? Is she doing it because of Moff Gideon? I heard some theories about maybe Thrawn being involved, but it's like, nah, that wouldn't make sense because she's had no connection to Thrawn. She has connection to Moff Gideon, right? But it's interesting that Moff has been potentially saved by Mandalorians, or Moff is blaming Mandalorians. Like he's putting it in a way to distract the New Republic if they ever find the ship. You know, so now the New Republic is going to think that Mandalorians saved him. Now they're going to go after the Mandalorians. A character like Moff Gideon doesn't just get arrested and then taken away and then we never see him again. He's always got a backup plan. And surprisingly, Bo Katan is on a mission by the Armourer to unite the Mandalorians. Which is funny because in Season 2, wasn't Bo Katan one of the people that were saying Children of the Watch are what divided the Mandalorians? And now the Children of the Watch in a way of bringing back and uniting the Mandalorians. So it's interesting. Kind of find it cool that Bo Katan, even though she was fully against like the Children of the Watch last season, this season she's just accepted their beliefs. And she didn't really break any of their beliefs either. Like she was fully committed to keeping her helmet on, you know? Until, obviously, told otherwise by the Armourer this episode, which I honestly thought we were going to see the Armourer's face. Maybe the end of the season. This season so far has been playing it pretty safe. You know what I mean? I think there's a big storm coming. Like last season we defeated Moff Gideon. We may have lost the Razor Crest, but at the end of the day it went pretty smooth. This season, I'm telling you dude, there's going to be some big losses. It definitely feels like they're setting up for something like that. Because Moff Gideon's out there somewhere. He's up to shit. And when he comes back, there's going to be a fucking storm. And I can't wait, because that's the shit I love. Moff Gideon is such a cool character, and especially because he's played by Giancarlo, who of course is probably one of my favourite actors on TV, and maybe even film. He's not been in that many films, though, from what I've noticed. He's more in like TV shows as a villain. But I would love to see him play a hero role. What if Moff Gideon's redeemed himself? No. But it is an interesting theory that I had. The Mandalorians that saved him were the ones that were with Bo Katan last season. Because she said that her people abandoned her, right? What if they went their separate ways to help Moff Gideon? Actually, now that I remember, I think there were some Mandalorians in Rebels that worked for the Empire. So maybe that's a possibility? So now that I think about it, episode 3, with all them TIE interceptors and TIE bombers, I wonder if that was Moff Gideon then. I do kind of want a flashback of Moff Gideon getting the Darksaber though. You know what I mean? Or like a short mini animated series about how he got it. I'd be fine with that. Be cool. Now that I think about it, if Bo has to go look for other Mandalorians, she's 100% going to run into the Mandalorians that saved Gideon. Also, is it just me, but I think this episode is a perfect example of a missed opportunity. You call it The Pirate and not have Hondu in it? Like, what the fuck? Considering this season's been focused a lot on Bo Katan, and she's in a way redeemed herself, you know, I could see her dying by the end of this season. Because they're going very heavy on Bo Katan's story. You know what I mean? Also, maybe we could get Bo Katan going to Boba Fett. Maybe. I mean, he is a Mandalorian, right? But I don't think he'd want to be involved in the Mandalorian nonsense. I also need some kind of conclusion with Cobb Vanth, because they showed him at the end of Book of Boba Fett still alive in one of the Bacta tanks. So I want to know what happened there. Yeah, like I said, I think this is the best episode of the season so far for me. We'll have to see where the next 3 episodes goes, because based on past seasons of The Mandalorian, it picks up in the last 3 a lot. Especially last season with episode 6, fucking bringing back Boba Fett. Oh, it was so good. This episode just genuinely ticked all the boxes. We got some badass Mandalorian action. We got the armorer taking on pirates. We got Paz Vizsla being a fucking badass. What more could you want? You know? Also, who was that Mandalorian that jumped on one of them ships? What the fuck was that? I mean, yeah, that basically wraps it up. Obviously, my voice is still a little shitty, but be expecting, Star Wars fans, my Bad Batch reactions soon, because I'm going to go react to them episodes right fucking now. But yeah, that basically wraps it up. Obviously, my voice is still a little bit shitty, but for Star Wars fans, expect the Bad Batch reactions very soon, because I'm going to go react to them episodes right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta and farewell.